Late Thursday night at Cape Canaveral, Jeff Bezos's 321-foot New Glenn rocket exploded during a test firing. The blast created a massive fireball that destroyed critical launch pad infrastructure and grounded the company's immediate orbital ambitions. Welcome to the F5 Podcast Weekly Agenda. This week's headlines present a striking contradiction. While the technical and financial sectors are hitting high watermarks, the global geopolitical order is showing signs of intense, multi-front strain. Look at these trends side by side. On one hand, regional conflicts are intensifying across the Middle East and Europe. On the other, the S&P 500 just recorded its 9th straight winning week, driven by tech stocks. This rally is highly concentrated. Dell Technologies surged 28.7% this week, purely on the strength of AI hardware demand. This influx of capital into the AI sector has, for the moment, outweighed the market's traditional sensitivity to inflation and war. We are seeing a widening gap between market sentiment and geopolitical reality. The logic driving current valuations appears to be moving on a trajectory that is increasingly distant from the stability of the global order. This is a map of the Persian Gulf, focusing on the narrow Strait of Hormuz. For 3 months, a naval war between the US and Iran has throttled this waterway, which carries 20% of the world's traded oil and natural gas. Negotiators have reached a tentative 60-day ceasefire. The terms require the US to gradually lift its naval blockade, while Iran has 30 days to clear all mines it has placed within the strait. The pause is intended to lead into talks regarding Iran's highly enriched uranium stockpile, which now includes over 440 kilograms of 60% pure material, putting Tehran within a short technical step of weapons-grade levels. The truce remains incredibly fragile. Even as the deal was being discussed, Kuwait intercepted missiles fired from Iran, and the US launched retaliatory strikes on a drone control station in Bandar Abbas. Despite these active violations, the mere prospect of a deal caused Brent crude to fall 2.1%, dropping to $90.78 a barrel. The global economy is now so sensitive to energy choke points that even a highly unstable 60-day pause is enough to trigger massive, if temporary, market relief. In the European theater, the 5-year-old war in Ukraine has reached a battlefield stalemate. Russia's frontline advances have stalled, while Ukraine is successfully utilizing long-range drone strikes to damage Russian oil refineries and arms factories. This has created a dual economy for Vladimir Putin. Massive military spending is masking a stagnating civilian sector, forcing the Kremlin to raise taxes, block messaging apps, and restrict mobile internet to suppress domestic grumbling. To retaliate without triggering a direct conflict, Russia has increased hybrid activities, deniable actions meant to pressure Ukraine's NATO allies. This strategy reached Romanian territory Friday morning. A Russian Juran 2 drone went astray during an attack on Ukraine and struck an apartment building in the port city of Galati, injuring 2 civilians. Romania responded by scrambling F-16s, demanding anti-drone capabilities from NATO and expelling the Russian consul. These recurring airspace violations represent a methodical erosion of NATO's borders. The alliance is now being forced to decide at what point these hybrid accidents become a collective security threat. In Turkey, the primary opposition to President Erdogan's 21-year rule is facing a judicial dismantling. The Republican People's Party, or CHP, is struggling under a wave of legal cases following its successes in recent local elections. An appeals court has annulled the election of the current CHP chairman, Özgür Özel, and ordered his replacement by his predecessor, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, a move the opposition calls a politically motivated coup. After Özel's supporters barricaded themselves inside the party headquarters for 3 days, riot police stormed the building with tear gas and rubber bullets to enforce the court's order. This intervention coincides with the ongoing trial of Istanbul's popular mayor, Ekrem İmamoğlu. He is currently facing prison time on corruption charges that many observers believe are aimed at neutralizing him as a presidential candidate. As Erdogan consolidates power ahead of potential early elections, the legal system is effectively removing his most viable challengers from the political board. This is Launch Complex 36. Prior to Thursday's explosion, Blue Origin had spent more than $1 billion rebuilding this site. But in the modern space race, losing a rocket is manageable. Losing the pad itself is a logistical disaster. Because Blue Origin only operates this single pad in Florida, the destruction of the launch tower creates an immediate operational bottleneck for their entire New Glenn fleet. This highlights the value of operational redundancy. While Blue Origin's orbital plans are now on hold, SpaceX utilized its dual launch pads to put more satellites into orbit within 12 hours of the explosion. The impact is felt immediately in the commercial sector. 48 Amazon satellites are now grounded, while SpaceX continues to expand its competing Starlink network without interruption. This also strains NASA's Artemis program. Blue Origin was set to launch a prototype lunar lander this fall, a critical milestone for the 2028 mission to put humans back on the moon. With Blue Origin sidelined, NASA is becoming increasingly reliant on a single provider, leaving the agency's lunar timeline vulnerable to the next technical failure. In our quick hits, U.S. prosecutors have charged a Google software engineer with insider trading. The employee, operating under the name Alpha Raccoon, allegedly used unreleased year-end search data to make $1.2 million in successful bets on the Polymarket prediction platform. In medicine, a first-of-its-kind drug for hepatitis B has shown a functional cure in 1 out of 5 patients, allowing them to safely stop daily treatments. In orbit, China's Shenzhou 21 crew returned to Earth after nearly 7 months on the Tiangong space station, setting a new record for the country's space program. And in Paris, Novak Djokovic's quest for a 25th slam ended in the 3rd round, with a grueling loss to 19-year-old Joao Fonseca. This week's news cycle shows 2 different worlds moving at different speeds. In one, shipping lanes are mined, opposition parties are raided, and drones strike civilian apartment blocks. In the other, viral cure breakthroughs, record-setting orbital missions, and surging AI infrastructure valuation. The divergence between these 2 realities is widening. Investors are currently pricing technical progress as if it is independent of the geopolitical stability required to sustain it. Whether the tech sector can maintain this isolation as global foundations fracture is the defining question for the months ahead. Thank you for tuning in to the F5 Podcast Weekly Agenda.